All right, guys, what's up? I'm recording a crazy live training for you. People pay tons of money for this information, but I'm going to walk you through how you can start a profitable side hustle that's going to earn you a minimum $2,500 per month in 90 days. You're not going to have to put in more than 3 to 5 hours worth of work per week. You're not going to have to bang your head against the wall because it's not profitable. So if you're a burnt out employee or you're just really in need of some extra money doing something you love, then this live training is going to be so good for you. So let's get right into this. First, I want to show you so that you actually believe me and you know that this is real. I want to show you that I am routinely teaching people to build out these side hustles that eventually replace their full-time income with the formula I'm going to show you today. I've done this for myself several times, right? I have more than one side hustle. I have several of these because it's just so effective. You can easily start having these $500 to $2,000 weeks as well, as long as you have a decent attention span and you can pay attention for the next couple of minutes. Here's a couple screenshots from clients who are making $1,500 a week, $750 a week, and this can all be done with the skills and passions you already have in 3 to 5 hours per week, which is absolutely crazy and super exciting. So if you're watching this right now, close all your other tabs, put your phone on DND, close Instagram, close TikTok, pay attention. Because if you're stressed out, if you don't have enough money to travel, if your boss won't let you take time off, or you're just tired of being disrespected by the people in your life, you're going to be able to create super similar results for yourself in a very short time period if you just follow the formula I'm going to share with you. Here's a little proof again. This is Nicki, and she's pretty much just thanking me for turning her into the entrepreneur that she's dreamed of becoming. She used to have a full-time job as well, just like I used to. And she says it's literally one of the best gifts in life is turning that dream into reality, building out her own side hustle and replacing her full-time income. So who is this for? I want to make sure that you're the right person if you're watching this video. So if you're burnt out from working a job that you have no passion for, this is for you. If you're sick of getting your PTO requests denied because you want to travel, this is for you. If you're tired of being disrespected by your peers, this is for you because you're going to earn a ton of respect as a business owner. If you need an extra $2,500 per month from doing something you love, then this is definitely for you. And if you're looking to leave a positive impact on this world, this is for you. Now, who is this not for? If you check any of these, stop watching the video. If you're looking for some get-rich-quick scheme like drop shipping, this is not for you. That's not what this is. If your life is perfect already and you have the friends and money and freedom that you're after, then this is not for you. You don't need a side hustle like this. If you're not genuinely interested in helping other people, this is definitely not for you. So I would end the video right here. And if you're not able to dedicate 3 to 5 hours per week to your side hustle, which I'm sure you could, that's really not too much if you just shut off your phone for a couple hours, this is not for you if you can't handle that. And if you don't have a single passion, skill, or interest, then this is not going to be for you. Now, common question, do you need a college degree to start these side hustles? No, absolutely not. You don't need some general business degree, right? I used to think that spending $150,000 on a college degree was a good idea. So I went and I did a 5-year civil engineering program at a college in New Jersey, did it in 4 years. So imagine how stressful my life was. And then I finally landed my dream job, making $70K per year. I was 21 years old. And on my first day, I met this awesome lady in the break room. And I was super excited. First day of work, I was like, hey, how's it going? And she looked at me and she was like, well, it's Monday, all right. And just her look said it all. It said that she had been working this job for too many years. And it was just a look of pity, like looking at me like, oh, good luck, kid. Like, you're going to be stuck here. And then right after that, my boss showed me to my desk. And this is the cubicle that I worked in for over 2 years. So trust me when I say that you really can replace your full-time income with the skills and formula that I'm going to show you. Now, here's the truth. I'm sure you've heard all the gurus preach about how not everyone's cut out for business and not everyone has enough time for it, but that is a bunch of bullshit. That's not true. I've worked with people of all walks of life, and the formula works if you're dumb, smart, you're broke, or you're busy at your 9 to 5. When I built up my side hustle, my first one, the one that ended up retiring me from my full-time job, I was putting in 3 to 5 hours per week, and I was still slaving away 8 to 10 hours a day in my cubicle. So I was doing this outside of a full work week. And my vision was so clear that soon I was making an extra $2,197 per week, taking pictures of that from my cubicle. And you can see that here on the right, that's literally the same cubicle from the last slide. So if you want to achieve similar results, I'm going to show you exactly what kind of side hustle to start based on your existing skills and passions. I'm going to show you the formula that will make this business profitable from the start. I'm going to show you the method for personal identity change so this doesn't become one of those projects that you start but never finish. And I'm also going to show you how to avoid the mistakes that held me back from being able to leave that cubicle job a whole lot quicker. So the formula I'm about to show you is the same process I've used to build 4 different side hustles in completely different niches for myself. And you can do this without making the same rookie mistakes that I made and had to learn how to fix through my own trial and error. So I'm going to break all of this down so that you can start having months like this, right? Those are my Stripe transactions. It doesn't get any more real than that. In the next few slides, I'm going to outline the entire process from A to Z of how we are routinely taking burnt out employees and turning their existing skills and passions into those profitable side hustles that earn $2,500 per month in less than 5 hours per week. So the 4-step formula to get your side hustle making you an extra $2,500 per month, I'm going to go through all of these. It's deciding what to sell, how you find and attract your customers, getting your first sale, and social media presence, which even if you're like, oh, I'm not into social media, just wait until you see what it can do. All right, now let me show you how I formulated every step in this process to be super easy and repeatable for people like Amanda, who just quit her job as a dental assistant to chase her own passions of modeling and social media influencing.
This past month, I went full-time with modeling and influencing, content creation for brands, and social media management, and I could not have done it without Nick. He actually helped me quit my previous job where I didn't feel I was getting correctly compensated, and now I have these 3 jobs that all are combining to be one amazing job where I have flexibility, and I would not have been able to do this without him. He gave me the courage and guidance to get me where I am now.
So that is super cool and super real, right? Her side hustles freed her from her full-time job, gave her the time and freedom and flexibility to live life on her own terms and also make more money than she was at the job where she was underpaid and overworked. So step 1, deciding what you're going to sell with what you already know. So there's 3 types of products, but only 2 you should be considering, right? Sure, you could sell physical products. It's possible, but it's super hard with the high startup costs. If you're not inventing something new, now you're going against some really big brands. That's going to be impossible. Then you're going to deal with manufacturing and shipping. You're going to need employees. You're going to need a customer service department. Physical products are a nightmare, but what you can sell are services, right? Where sure, you're still trading your time for money, but it's super easy to get new customers and referrals. And you could be making hourly rates of anywhere from $75 to $450 per hour. And usually the startup costs for your service are $100 to maybe $1,500. And you could also sell digital products. This is a really, really good option because there's really no startup costs. Once you create your digital products, you could sell them forever. Your profit margins are going to be 100%, right? Because there's really no cost associated with each sale. And your monthly expenses probably as low as $29 per month, which is the cost of hosting a website to sell them on. So these are what you should be considering: digital products and services. But you need to be sure that people want to buy your digital product or service. So how do you figure out if people want what you have? Well, it's not that difficult because as long as you're going to save people time or money, that's it. people will want it, right? Like think of any of the tools or services or products that there are in modern society right now. They all are saving you time or money, right? Think of a lawnmower. Think of a course on how to become a social media influencer, right? Like whatever it is, it's saving people time or money if people are buying it. The bigger the pain point and the faster you can deliver results, the more you can charge. So now it's really good to know if your business is actually going to be in a growing marketplace, because you don't want to do something like building railroads or selling newspapers, right? Because these are in declining markets. So health, wealth, and relationships, easy. People will always pay money for help in those areas, right? Health meaning like weight loss programs. People will always pay money for that, or things related to mental health, easy. Wealth, same thing. If someone gives you $10 and you can magically turn it into 50, a lot of people are going to line up and want to give you $10. So if you can make people wealthier, that will always work. And relationships is a good one too. Imagine you've been together with your wife for 10 years and your relationship's starting to crumble and you got kids. Wouldn't you pay probably any amount to save that relationship? Or maybe to get yourself into a relationship? So these are growing marketplaces, but they're not the only ones. Indoor and outdoor home services, seasonal services, rentals, done for you services. These are all amazing too. And if you're going to sell digital products and you're wondering like, well, what is the self-education industry like? It's going to triple in the next few years. So that's a really good one. If you're going to sell your service or digital products, you know that you're in a good spot. Next, you got to be sure that your ideal client is going to have the spending power, which sounds obvious, right? But you need to think about this beforehand, because you don't want to sell Ferraris at the middle school book fair. Okay, that's not going to be your target client with the right spending power. So ask yourself if people in the area you plan to sell can afford your help. But if you're going with digital products and you're selling nationally or globally, then you're fine. Next, this one's really important. Is it easy to target your ideal customer? If you're starting a power washing business, for example, you could easily just go knock on the local houses that are dirty, right? That's easy. It's easy to target people that need your product that will save them time or money. But if you're going to sell a digital product on how a neurosurgeon can operate on patients that have a latex allergy, that's going to be tough. Finding that ideal customer, right? A neurosurgeon that has that problem and you also know how to solve it, that's going to be tough. So think of yourself like a lion going after the gazelle. Like, they just wait near the watering hole because they know that their ideal customer is going to be there and they're going to be a good fit. So here are some examples and ideas. I'm not going to go through all of these because it's going to end up making this extremely long, and I just want this video to be full of value so that you guys can get through it and do this and use this formula. So here's tons of online coaching business ideas. There are plenty more than this, right? Hundreds more. These are just to get the wheels turning. So pause this, take a look. When you're back, check out these outdoor home services. These are super, super, super good. Like, sure, some of these things aren't the most fun thing in the world, but if your job already sucks, wouldn't you want to do one of these for maybe 10 times the hourly rate? So now you're only working a couple hours per week. Like, that's an obvious trade-off, especially because eventually you will outsource that work to a different employee once your business gets bigger. Then we've got these event and seasonal services that include like a lot of rentals and stuff like that, which is super easy and super passive. Like, for example, if you're going to do this inflatable movie screen / projector rentals, like, that's incredibly easy. All sorts of people in the summer would love to just host like a big movie night like that, but they don't have a big screen or a projector. You can get those for cheap. You can rent them out, and it's pretty much totally passive other than pick up and drop off, which again, you really could outsource to someone else because you're going to be making a killing. Last one, these indoor home services, same thing. Like, some of these things might be like, that doesn't sound like that much fun. Well, if you want to be super wealthy, it's really not that hard because you could be charging so much per hour for all of these things And again, you can outsource it to an employee if you're really like, that's not my style. So there's tons and tons of options here for your business. Don't get overwhelmed by all of the options, right? Think about your existing skills and passions and what's going to be easy to target the right customer in your area. And then boom, you're going to be all set. So stage 2, finding and attracting customers. So you need to know these things about your customer. You need the demographics of where do they live? How old are they? Are they male or female? What are their hobbies and interests? You need to know the psychographics of like, what do they love? What are their pet peeves? What's most important to them? You need to know their pain points, like what problems can you solve for them? Remember, save them time or save them money, and that's it. And you really need to know their hesitancies. What's gonna hold them back from pulling out their credit card to pay you? So we're gonna run through a quick example. Let's say you were starting a gardening business, like you're teaching people to garden, whether that's a service or whether that's you selling a digital product on gardening. So your ideal client's demographics, probably gonna live in the southern US, probably age like 25 to 65. This is going to be like your typical person because they can garden year round. And like 15-year-olds are probably not that interested in gardening. 75-year-olds probably can't move around and garden that well. Now, the psychographics, right? What do they love? What are their pet peeves? What's important to them? Well, they probably love nature, health, organic products, and cooking, which makes them easy to target, right? Maybe you're selling a digital product. Go check out the Instagram accounts that people are following. If someone's following an account that's teaching gardening tips, well, boom, you found them because you know their psychographics. Now, their pain points. Pain points for someone that likes to garden, well, plant problems, right? Bottom rot on their plants, mediocre harvests, pest control, irrigation, fertilizers. These are their pain points, right? These are things that they don't like, where you can save them time, right? Time wasted trying to combat these things, or you can save them money by fixing these things for them. And their hesitancies, what's going to hold them back from pulling out their credit card for you? Well, they're going to want to know, how long is it going to take? How much money will it cost? Is this going to damage my plants? Do you use chemicals, right? So whatever your business is, you will, if you don't know it already, you will quickly find out what are people's hesitancies. That way you can fix them and get them to buy from you. So if you think that gardening idea is a silly example, well, I think Natalie would probably disagree from you, because Natalie is making over $100,000 per year passively teaching people to fertilize their gardens. And get this, she's selling guides on farming worms and using their poop as fertilizer. So all of those business ideas we looked at that you were like, I don't know, that sounds kind of dumb. Well, if you could make $100,000 per year passively teaching people to use worm poop in their garden, don't you think that whatever skill or passion or thing you're interested in or service you want to start, don't you think that maybe there is a little bit of hope for you? Because there's actually a lot. She is not an inventor, right? She didn't create the first worm in the world and bring it over on Noah's Ark. She just created this guide because she probably liked gardening. That was her passion or her skill. And then she figured out a way, how can I save people a little time or money? Well, guys, you don't need to spend money on fertilizer anymore. You could get bigger harvests for your plants if you use worm poop. And there's a ton of people buying these guides from her, these digital products. So seriously, I promise this is possible for you. And it's getting to the point now where she's becoming almost famous. She got 38,000 followers on Instagram now. It's not like she had them and started selling these guides. No, she started selling these guides and people were like, wow, this girl's awesome and full of great advice and tips and tools. Let me follow her. And now it's really picking up. So it's not about time or money, right? Do you think it would be hard to get new clients for your business after seeing that last example? And now considering if you asked 1,000 highly targeted prospects per month? Probably not. And with AI and automations and ads and social media, you can be telling thousands of people about your products and services with barely any time or money spent. So, for example, if you reach out to 1,000 local businesses telling them about your power washing offer, you're going to get a big wave of clients. Is everyone going to say yes? No, you're not going to get 1,000 yeses. But what if you got 50? What if 50 businesses said yes? Now you might be booked up for the year and every year to come with those clients that want you to keep doing your power washing service for them. And there's a ton of other examples of this, right? So, for example, if you tell 1,000 people about your guide selling worm poop fertilizing manuals, people are going to come running eventually, especially if you're targeting the right people, right? If you look at people that are following those social media accounts that are into gardening, or you just simply be the lion, right? Be the lion waiting by the watering hole for your ideal client. It's not that hard. You can see people that I'm teaching are getting organic downloads from their guides extremely easily, right? It's not that challenging. Couple social media posts, or like I said, if you're really not into social media, you could use AI or automations or ads to make sure you're telling people about your product or service. Right? So again, it's not about time or money, and you really don't need social media, but it's a super, super powerful tool, and I'm going to show you how. So we're going to watch this video right here that I made. It took me 4 minutes to create this video and post it on all platforms.
Oh my goodness, oh my damn, oh my goodness, they're going ham.
How stupid is that, right? It's not the most amazing video in the world. I promise you have the talent to do that if you really wanted. That got 7,000 views, 264 people clicked on my online store, and 61 of them downloaded a free guide of mine with a list of ideas for side hustles and left their contact information. So people essentially were raising their hand and saying, hey, I want to learn more about different side hustles. Also, here's how you can contact me. So it really is that easy, right? I found that sound. I saw it on TikTok. I was like, I could recreate myself saying that and put some text on it, right? You don't have to be the best in the world at social media, but even if social media isn't your thing, you can use automated outreach tools and AI or email to message people on your behalf. It really is that easy. Like, I promise, I really hope you see that anyone can do this. I'm no different than you, right? I just super average person, just kind of coasted my whole life, went to high school, wasn't a great student, went to college, powered through, got a job, and I was like, this sucks. Is this really what my life is going to be? So I decided I wanted to put myself out there and try something new and build up a side hustle. And quickly I was seeing this actually is working, and this is possible for people like me. So now stage 3, let's go through how you're going to make your first sale. You need to be able to address people's problems and fears and hesitancies, right? Before someone pulls out their credit card, they're going to come up with reasons why they don't think they need your product or service. And it's your responsibility to prove to them that they actually do need what you're selling, because sometimes they just need to be convinced. So whatever product, digital product or service you decide to sell, make a list of the 10 most common reasons someone's going to give you when they say they don't need your product. And be sure to address those hesitancies throughout your sales call or conversation or email or social media post or whatever method you're using to tell them about it. Also, a little bonus tip, create some scarcity or urgency so that they get the fear of missing out, right? Maybe when you're talking to someone about that and they're pretty interested, maybe you tell them, I've only got 1 spot left, right? I've only got 5 spots left, or I'm only offering this for 1 more week, and boom, you're going to make your first sale pretty quick. So here are the 6 most common hesitancies that you're going to get. It's really easy to have a rebuttal for all of these because these are all just made up reasons. I'm going to have to think about it. Let me check with my husband. Actually, I'll kind of go through each of them. Someone says, I'm going to have to think about it. Ask them what they have to think about. Just directly ask them, like, Well, what's holding you back? Because I wouldn't want you to do this if you weren't going to be super comfortable and super sure. So let's address everything. And you know what happens then? They will tell you what is holding them back. And when they do, you can address it. If someone says, let me check with my husband, you could say, great, actually, why don't we set up a call tomorrow with your husband? Or why don't we get on a call with your husband too, right? Maybe you're DMing them. Get everyone involved. You don't want to be sneaky or deceitful. You want to be honest and ethical. So these hesitancies, just honestly address them, right? It's not about deceiving people. It's about ensuring them that this is the right choice. If someone says, I don't think I'll have time for this until XYZ, right? Until something else happens in their life, it's pretty easy to explain to people like, yeah, but you know how that goes, right? You think life is going to slow down and then you never know what happens, right? Your car gets a flat tire and, your dog dies. Like all these unexpected things always happen in life. This could be the thing that you're going to regret not doing later, and it might not even be available later. So that's your rebuttal for that one. If someone says, send me the details, I'll get back to you, you could easily just send them the details, maybe a positive testimonial, or explain to them that, hey, to be honest, I could send you the details, but it would be way more impactful for you if we got on a quick call, or if you read this, or and just send them what they need. You want to just be sure that you're saying the things that make them feel better. Someone says that they're already working with someone providing these services. There's a couple strategies you can do here. And there's more than one strategy for all of these, but I'm just trying not to leave you guys in the dark. I want this training to be so valuable for you. So if someone says they're already working with someone providing these services, you can explain that you'll be able to do it for cheaper or faster or in less time. Remember, save people time or money, and there you go. And if someone says it's too expensive for them, you're going to get that sometimes. Sometimes people really won't be able to afford your product or service. That is a real reason that you're not going to get everyone, but you can do little things like offer them a one-time discount or a payment plan. So those are the 6 most common ones, and I just went through 6 really good rebuttals for all of them. Now, it's really important that you have a strong offer. Right? Your offer needs to address a couple of things. Dream outcome for your client, their pain points, how long it's going to take them to get what they want, how much effort it's going to take. And if you got some social proof or a guarantee, then you're in really good shape. So let's take a look at a few examples of a strong offer that's irresistible to a prospect. Right? Back to this gardening course. We'll teach you to fill your garden with 40 pounds of fresh vegetables in a 60-day grow season without the pest problems in just 30 minutes per week. If you're into gardening, how can you say no to that? Especially if you've been struggling with pest problems and small harvests and spending too much time gardening. That's a really good offer. Let's say you're doing a service, right? Maybe you picked firewood delivery. You got a ton of trees in your backyard that fell over. Pre-chopped firewood at your door in 45 minutes or less, or you don't pay us. These don't have to be complicated, guys. Remember, you're saving them time in that case, right? Save people time or money. Easy, super easy. I hope you're thinking, wow, I could probably come up with an offer like that for my side hustle built with an existing skill or passion I have. Now, hot tub rental. This is a great one. Rent a 6-person hot tub for 48 hours with no maintenance. We'll handle pickup, drop off, water stabilization, and you won't even know we were there. If you're having a party, right? Maybe you're having a 4th of July party and you're thinking about ways that you can make this party awesome, and then you see that on social media or in an email or on a flyer, wherever you see it, that's going to be pretty irresistible. So this is the elements to your offer, guys. Here is my first ever product. I want to tell you about this because the day I made my first $500 sale selling this product, a switch went off in my brain and it was crazy. Like suddenly I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. I used to make $4,000 per month as a civil engineer. And once I made my first $500 sale, I looked at myself and I was like, are you kidding me? That took 30 minutes. And if I can sell 7 more of these this month, I'll make $4,000. Guys, that's a total of 4 hours. And that's how much money I was making per month as a civil engineer, working 40 hours per week. And then once I started collecting more positive testimonials for my sales calls, money started pouring in. Look at that. That's what it looked like. I took a screenshot that day that I was like, oh my God, the next sale I make is going to push me past $10,000. This is real, guys, and this is possible. And I was not, by the way, I was not born with life coaching skills, right? I just decided to take my existing skill and passion of wanting to help people, being super motivational, and just having good discipline and good habits. And I created a program, a digital product called the 21-Day Mental Reset Program. And I used to sell it for $50. You can see it there on the right. And guys, I didn't invent anything. Just like that one girl, Natalie, didn't invent worms. I didn't invent cold showers and meditation and yoga and going for a walk. I didn't invent these things, but I packaged it up in a 21-day challenge that was fun and exciting for prospects so that they can get the results. And I was saving them time. I was saving them the time of trying to get their life and their health in order by creating this program that was fun and a challenge, and I held them accountable, and people wanted it. And also people loved it. Right? Again, it's not some scam. It's not you deceiving people to get their money. You genuinely have to be interested in helping them. And then when you do help them, they're going to love it and they're going to want to pay you and they're going to want to buy your other products too. So now stage 4, we're going to talk about personal branding. Having a personal brand can blow up your business. Who owns these companies, right? Take a look and think about it. SpaceX, Twitter, Tesla, and The Boring Company, all owned by the same person. If you guessed Elon Musk, you're correct. Don't worry, you'll see where I'm going with this shortly. Now, who owns this company? I even have a picture of the guy right here, and you probably still don't know who it is. The guy who owns Mercedes, his name is Ola Kalenius. Hope I'm saying that right. Now, what's the difference between Elon and Ola? Well, Ola has 3,000 followers on Twitter. Elon Musk has 146 million followers on Twitter. That's 37,817 times more followers. Ola makes $3.6 million per year, which is great, by the way. You don't need social media or a personal brand, but what I want you guys to understand is that long term, this will create a business that is making you tons of money. Now, Elon makes $232 billion, not million, billion dollars per year. That's 73,417 times more money per year. This is why you need a social media presence, because although it helps with respect, right? Your peers are going to respect you if you have a business and a booming social media presence, and it's going to help the relationships in your life, and it's going to help you network, and honestly, it's going to help with everything in your life. It's really, really powerful for your business. Elon makes 73,000 times more money than the guy who owns Mercedes. And sure, Elon has a few companies, right? But Elon's social media presence is incredible because he puts up memes and funny tweets, and he's funny and he's himself, and he's not afraid to put himself out there. So guys, social media, don't be scared of it. You don't even need it, but I just want you to see that long term, it can really blow up your business. Here's what can happen in 11 months. Right? When Elon Musk puts out a tweet that says, don't buy this flamethrower, he sold 20,000 flamethrowers for $500 each in a few days. And if you're not so good at math, that's $1 million in a few days. And again, Elon Musk has 146 million followers. Ola has 3,000 followers. So if Ola were to tweet, "Don't buy this flamethrower," with a link to a flamethrower for $500, Ola is not going to sell 20,000 of them. He might not sell any of them. So having a social media presence is crucial for taking your business from strong to unbreakable. These pictures on the right were of my social media, and this is not years apart, guys. This is 11 months of making a few posts here and there. 11 months, and I gained 500,000 followers on TikTok. And by the way, I hate social media. And when I first got started, I would cringe. I would be like, "Oh, I don't want to make posts. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be an influencer." Well, imagine how I feel about it now, knowing that it's actually pretty easy, pretty fun. People like me more. People respect me more. I make more money. Do you think maybe if all of those things happened, you would warm up to social media a little bit? Probably. But again, with AI and automations, you don't even need it, which is the cool part. But I do want you to understand it. Now, guys, the Startup Society is the name of the group that I run, and it's meant to strip away the fear and uncertainty that comes with building a brand new business. It's your guide to making $2,500 every single month minimum. And do you want to know what happens once you've been doing this for a few weeks and you start collecting some cash and positive testimonials when you're in the Startup Society? You will be addicted, and you will not be able to stop. You will be addicted to growing your business, because once you have that light switch moment like I did, where you make your first $500 sale or have some sort of milestone breakthrough, you're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel and realize, I might not need my full-time job for that much longer. I might be able to be one of those people that lives life on their own terms and on their own schedule and makes a lot of money and has a good time doing it while genuinely helping people. So now that you understand exactly how this process works, I have an offer for you. If you're tired of working 40-hour weeks for someone else, if you're seriously ready to take control of your life, and you're actually dedicated to helping other people, even if you don't quite know how yet, and you're able to invest 3 to 5 hours per week into your future, and you need a community and accountability on your journey, let me teach you to turn your existing passion or your business idea into a profitable side hustle that will generate you an extra $2,500 per month in just 90 days. And you can do this spending only 3 to 5 hours per week getting it going. And you're not going to be banging your head against the wall because it's not profitable. And the craziest part is that if you don't make $2,500 in your first 90 days, then you don't pay anything. Right? That's crazy. That's how confident I am in the formula and the coaching and accountability that I am willing to give you. So if you're interested in that, hit the link below in the description, book a call with me and my team, and we'll have a conversation and see if this is a good fit for everyone, right? Because I wouldn't want you to do this if you weren't perfectly sure and perfectly confident, but I know that I have the tools to get you there. Because if you don't make $2,500 in 90 days, you literally do not have to pay anything. So if this sounds like something that's up your alley, book a call below, and I'm excited to meet you.